Hello, welcome to Community Coffee. I am Trina Myers, your host, aka the Zebra Queen. And I wanted to wish all our mothers out there happy Mother's Day. Thank you for tuning in today. So, this is actually take two for us. My recording did not capture, so you got to have a light heart and just be able to laugh at yourself sometimes, right?
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today on Mother's Day, Megan. Megan is a special guest that I wanted to bring on here specifically for Mother's Day. A couple of different things is Megan is a physician that I met a few years ago as her residency coordinator. And another great thing about Megan is she's from Iowa. So, it's a small world, and you just never know who you're going to meet in your life that have those small little connections. So, thank you so much for joining me, Megan. And one of the reasons I wanted to have Megan on here is as her residency coordinator, I saw how she engaged with her daughter. And there were some things that were just a little different than what I did as a parent, but also that I've observed in other parents. And one of those things was limiting your technology and tablet time, etc. So, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, absolutely. Before we became parents, my husband and I thought it was a good idea. We did a lot of research because becoming a parent is a lifelong commitment. And a lot of the research had promoted no screen time before the age of 2. So we took it upon ourselves to implement that into our child's life. Our daughter's name is Eleanor. So Eleanor did not have any screen time before the age of 2. And I think it worked out really, really well. Difficult at times to to implement, but definitely worth it in the long run.
I'm sure. And because of that, you also saw contributions of advanced milestones, one as a parent, but two as a physician. I'm sure you're more aware of those type of things.
Yes. Eleanor goes to a Montessori school, and I would often get feedback regarding her development and how she was ahead of her peers. Um, uh, and then again, she has to see a pediatrician, even though I'm a physician. But her pediatrician was very impressed with how well she was doing for her vocabulary and just overall health. So that's always good to hear, especially as a parent.
Absolutely. We had briefly discussed earlier about tips if a parent is currently using technology or tablets. One, they just may not have known any different. We see it all the time on movies and TV, etc. But if somebody wants to move away from that, what are some tips that you could provide?
Absolutely. I think it's important for limiting the amount of time. You can always set timers on your tablets or TVs, whatever source you're using, so that they're only watching it for a certain amount of time. Um, and you can start out small and then work your way toward the goal. So think screen time for uh, children shouldn't be longer than 20 minutes at a time. Or you can also maybe not have screen time during the week, and then on the weekends, as a special treat, maybe they get some screen time there.
And that's great for not only engaging conversation, between the parent and the child, giving you more time, but by cutting back on that, it's also teaching them time management, which is really important. I think that um, in today's society of, instant gratification and we want it now, having that timer on their screen time can teach them time management.
Yes, absolutely. Important time management is a skill that I think everyone struggles with. And until you kind of get established in your routine. So starting off early, very, very important. You know, you have to complete all your tasks and then maybe you get rewarded with your screen time so that you're not putting off what you need to do because you're kind of escaping through your screen time.
I know I've been guilty of that myself, where you just get sucked into the technology and then time has gone by and it's like, oh shoot, I didn't get what I wanted to get done.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure most programs know that because that's why they have the next episode goes automatically. But you
Yes.
turn that feature off.
Yes, absolutely. Because we're the example, you mentioned that earlier, is we're the example for our children.
Yes,
And so they're going to mimic what we do, and that includes that screen time.
yes, it does, and includes a lot of things. We had spoken earlier. Oh, we're going to make a guest appearance.
Yeah.
Uh, that screen time is particularly important. Not to have. Uh, 1 second, please. Okay. During dinner time, because dinner time, should be family time, time to talk about the day's events, check in with your child and make sure their day went okay. And that's the perfect time to do it. And so when we see people at restaurants when the children just have screens in front of them rather than engaging it, I feel like that's a lost opportunity for you as a family to spend quality time together.
Absolutely. Hi, Eleanor. You've gotten so big. You were so little the last time I saw you. It's amazing how quickly they grow. And, you talked about cooking together. And tell us, how do you get Eleanor engaged and learning how to cook?
So that is another important thing. So we try to make it a kind of a daily thing. Well, not always, but where we cook together. So I get out. I always have a cookbook so we can follow along with the recipes. Eleanor gets to measure the ingredients, and then she gets to stir and kind of learn about stove safety is important too. So she learns about stove safety as well.
Right.
I know. I see.
Hey, that's what Mother's Day is all about, right? Is celebrating being a mother.
Yes, absolutely.
Um, so having patience, I think that's one of the things that sometimes parents struggle with.
Mhm.
You being a physician and working with patients all day that sometimes comply, sometimes don't, and then you have to come home and then you have a whole nother life going on. So how do you manage having that stress management?
Um, so it helps that it's my child, and obviously, so that is helpful, but um, important for, I think, just realizing, you're spending time with your children and teaching them good examples of how to be, a good parent. Um, so I guess I kind of concentrate on that or focus on that, and then I get my own alone time after she goes to bed. So, that's my reward of, my important time to get my alone time. So I think it's helpful that I know that time is coming. So, just be patient, as patient as you possibly can.
Yes. Now, as an individual who's very busy and having your own self time, besides in the evening, what are some things that you do for self care?
So I do a lot of yoga. I usually do yoga every morning to kind of wake my body up. I have a commute to work, so my drive time is about 25 minutes, which doesn't seem like a lot, but you can listen to your favorite podcast, or you can listen to audiobooks, or just music that you like to listen to, or just have quiet time and kind of just think about your day and or your thoughts. And I also try to do healthy eating with recipes, and just kind of uh, I love to read, so I do a lot of reading historical romance. Hold on one second, okay?
Well, we won't be on here much longer. I really just appreciate your time and, being able to share with others some tips of being a busy mom, and, things that you can do for yourself, but, how you were able to balance being a mom and a professional. So I do appreciate you taking this time with us.
Absolutely.
Is there any last tips or things that you would like to share with the audience on, that you haven't shared with us yet?
Um, we touched a little bit on just family routines, and I just think that's important, and time management. But realizing that the time you get to spend with your children is limited because they're only that age for a certain amount of time. So just kind of realizing that in the broader scheme of things, you may be stressed out at the moment, but kind of hopefully you can take a breath and realize that it's important. Your behavior and how you view yourself is important for your child, because you're their role model. So
Absolutely.
mm-hmm.
Oh, she's so adorable. I remember she was a baby, the same age as my grandson, and you say it goes by fast. I remember when my kids were that little, and now here I am a grandma. So it does go by very quickly, and you're absolutely right. Just enjoy every moment that you can.
Yes, definitely.
Life's too short.
Look at the handle.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I hope that you have a wonderful Mother's Day yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. And hopefully, we can maybe get you on here another time and talk about some other great tips for parenting.
Absolutely.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you.